You ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry about the wait on that. We're getting ready to start round 2, Summergeddon 2026 here in Springfield. So this round, we've got Ben Bauman with Orruk Warclans and Dillon Corcoran with Daughters of Khaine.
Looks like Ben will be running Master the Path and Wrathful Cycles for his battle tactics, and Dillon will be running Interceptor Cover and Scouting Force. And the battle plan for today is Noxious Nexus. So right now the players are just going over the list, setting up objectives. Looks like they got objectives set up. Terrain, they're still messing about, going over a few things.
So Wrathful Cycles is kind of a unique one. As you can see from the card there on the table, both players' deployment zones are going to be smashed over into one corner of the board.
Yeah, this one really rewards an aggressive, I guess a more mobile force. So you can either take the other objective that the other player can't get to, that Heartwood Blue, or you can immediately jump on the opponent, maybe pin them into their own deployment zone, try to slow their advance to the other side as well.
And isn't the final round you get a bonus 10 points? For
That's
holding
right.
That far
Yeah,
one?
if you hold it just at the end of the battle, you score 10 points, which is a huge point swing. You could be losing the whole game and win that, give you the win easily.
Absolutely.
Do you want to go over lists?
Yeah, we can go through those, yeah.
So starting with Dillon Cochran's list, he's got the new hot Daughters of Khaine. They're coming in. He took the manifestations of Khaine, of course, because they're pretty strong. Definitely the blades are what outshine in that one. And then here he's rolling up with a Scourge of Gyran, Blooddrag Shrine as a general, and then fill in that regiment with 2 reinforced Blood Sisters. These are particularly nasty. They can get super buff. They can get +1 attack, +1 damage, I believe. That might be only on the charge, but I think they roll in at 3 damage a pop, possibly with crit mortals. Very strong hammer, glass hammer unit there. And then he's got 2 variants of the Kinnerai, the Heartrenders and the Life Tickers. I get these confused a lot. One of them's melee, one of them's ranged. And then his other regiment, he's got a Slaughter Queen on Cauldron of Blood with Witchbrew and the Shadow Blooded. Then he's got a Reinforced Blood Hags, Khaine Shadow Stalkers. Go ahead and scroll down for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then to fill out the rest of the list, he's got a Hag Queen on Cauldron just on their own. And then he's got, of course, the 20-point Shrine of Dark Tribute. Really good terrain feature.
Let's see.
And then for Ben Bauman's list, he's a 4-drop. I think Dillon was a 3-drop, if I remember correctly. He's got all of the lore, the Orc Warclan specific lores and whatnot, all the beats. He's got General's Regiment. He's got his War Chanter as a general, of course. And then he's got Reinforced Brutes twice there. And then moving on to the next regiment, he's got a Shaman with 2 min squads of the Weird Brute Rekkas. These are the Scourge of Gyran versions. And he's also got the Scourge of Gyran Gorgruntas. And I'll take a look at their War Scroll in a moment. And then to round out the list, he's got Zogrok Anvil Smasher and a unit of Reinforced Brute Ragers. And then to fill out the rest of the list, Ardboy's Big Boss, and then he's got a Reinforced unit of Ardboys. And the Ardboy's Big Boss has both the Heroic trait and the Artifact. And naturally, he's taking that free Boss Rock Tower for all the synergy there.
Finishing up deployment here. I think we've got 1 drop for Daughters so far. The Warclans working on their first drop.
just going over the Scourge of Gyran stuff. The Scourge of Gyran, Gore-Gruntas, their special thing is barge through. When it moves, it can pass through enemy infantry units, and it can pass through combat ranges of enemy infantry units, but it cannot end the move in combat unless specified by an ability. So this is handy. You can get past like flanks. You can get into a favorable charge position with a long move. You can Mighty Destroyers and then move them as well with this, just as it's a passive. And then the Scourge of Gyran, I think it was the Rekkas or something. Wrecker Crew?
Yep.
Yeah, Weird Boy.
The Weird Brute Rekkas.
All right. So these ones are pretty nice. They're a nice force multiplier. It's a once per turn per army in every combat phase. You get to pick a friendly Iron Jaws wholly within 12, and then they get +1 to hit rolls flat just for that combat, or for the rest of the turn even. But pretty strong, especially with most of the Iron Jaws stuff hitting on 4s naturally. Just snagging in that +1 to hit really easily is really good. And they're nice, cheap, 90 points. They hit pretty hard too for a 90-point unit. Looks like we're going through deployment here. We're about 2 drops in per side. Maybe even, yeah, I believe so. He's the second party wagon on the Daughters of Khaine's going down. I get confused at a glance. The terrain feature just looks like another huge party wagon to me from this angle.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We'll take this time to thank our sponsors while we're waiting. We've got Metagames that for providing all of the, I don't want to say all, most of the terrain in part with other stores. And then we've got numerous prize support from Turbo Dork, which provides multiple paints, palettes, brushes, all that accoutrement. Wargame Trader. And we've also got Mindtaker Miniatures for used miniature sales. It looks like Dillon is deploying either Blood Hag. I think he had Blood Hags is what the infantry unit was here. Yeah, that reinforced Blood Hag units, which is pretty nasty in combat. They start out with 3 attacks base. When they're fully buffed, they get up to 4 attacks each. 2's to hit, 3's to wound when all their blood rights are popping off, which is an insane amount of attacks. It looks like Dillon will be out-dropping Ben here. He's 3 drops while Ben is 4, so I believe Dillon had Ben drop first, so he could still finish his drop first and see what's going on. Just 1 regiment ahead. It looks like Ben's got a nice, good deployment. He took the boss rock and put it into the corner of his deployment, which is pretty wise. It's a nice big base, good for screening. You can use it to close off, and I like that he closed the back door, per se, with these Gore-Gruntas here, because they've got these nice big footprint, and they can move fast, go up the side, potentially threaten that blue objective early. We're going back to Ben's deployment. He might be on his second to last drop here. It looks like he's dropping all the Weird Brute guys, Weird Brute Rekkas. That's right, Weird Brute Rekkas. Smartly behind everything because their buff is a wholly within 12, so they can kind of walk up behind everybody, kind of just zone out the backfield if needed. I think those Khaine are going to be looking to dart around their backfield, so it's definitely a wise move to bulk up what's behind you.
Yeah. The Khaine are going to be the Swiss Army knife for Daughters of Khaine for sure. But if there's any army that can run across the board and chop through that screen, it's going to be Daughters of Khaine.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. It should be a KG because neither of them can technically take a lot of damage
Right.
that they can dish out a time. So,
Yeah, this is one of those games where you don't see much recursion on either side outside of rallies and maybe a few skew heals here and there. But yeah, most of it's just all glass cannon from what I'm looking at. Outside what is this? The double brutes are pretty sturdy, but
yeah. No, it's wildly different than the Soulblight army we watched earlier.
Absolutely.
Huh.
While they're setting up here, I'm going to go inquire about if we can get the mics on these players real quick.
Excellent. Want to mention a few more of our sponsors. We have the Army Painter. We also have Battle Foam for all your case carrying needs, and Gray Matter Games, making gaming mats. There's the Canary coming down. I think it's finishing out deployment here. Oh, one more cauldron. Ben's finishing up his last drop here.
Am I muted?
Nope.
Oh, perfect. All right, so unfortunately the mics were untested, so they're not really ready to set up on a moment's notice like this, so we'll just have to do our best relaying. So since we're catching it at the start of the game, we'll do my best to keep up with the score and tactics. Looks like they're getting on a roll here. We'll see who took the first turn.
If there's a way that you want this laid out so that you can see whatever, just let me know and we'll get it squared away.
So if we can just get this, I guess if we can put it right here, just that.
Like right here.
Oh no, not this one. The scorecard. Yeah, sorry. Just throw it down here, and then the lists are cool to reference. And then checking to see if we're muted is like only relevant twice total, so I don't really need to see that too often.
And it's pretty easy to tell when you can't hear anything and there's no reverberation
right.
coming through.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks like Ben is taking the first turn here. Looks like he's just giving out all the buffs. He's doing some chants, I believe, from his War Chanto. Or he was giving out intercept and recover tokens, possibly, from Dillon's side.
Yeah. Checks out. Math is mathing on that one.
Mm-hmm. Like, so we're throwing out an endless spell here. Looks like that's the Gork-Rora. I think that... Not sure exactly what that does. Let's see if we can pull up the War Scroll.
Looks like we have a shaman that's now hopping into the terrain feature.
Oh, yeah. A signature move.
Say, what was it? Flesh Eater Chords. Been doing that for a hot minute, taking over train faction.
Right. Oh, they were one of the first.
Yeah.
So it looks like that Gork-Rora is a support piece. It gives you either +1 or +2 to cast depending on how many guys are next to it. And it also, you roll a number of dice and you get multiple effects, it looks like. Depends on if you roll 1s or 2s, 5-ups. You get +1 to charge, reduce wards, allocate 1 damage point. I see. So every 1 you roll, you take damage. Every 5-up, you get +1 to charge roll. Let's see.
Versatility is the name of the game.
Looks like that's the end of the hero phase. I believe there was a countercast thrown out there, possibly.
I believe so.
Oh, if we get the CP tallies, we could do 4 here, and then I suspect down to 3 for Dillon, because he just countercast.
I believe so. Seems right to me.
Almost.
It's a great success.
Looks like Ben just running up here of a signature move of destruction players, running your whole army turn 1.
You know, I've never seen that.
I swear.
Honestly, I would be worried if you play against Iron Jaw's player that does not run up.
Right. See, I like Ben's deployment here because he put the Ardboy block up front along with that 6, what's that, a 6 squad of the either the Rekkas or the other variant. The Ragers, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So he put those 2 up front for frontlining purposes, and then he's got the 2 reinforced blocks of Brutes because those are the ones when it's rounds 3, 4, 5 that are actually going to be cleaning up stuff after the heavy lifting has been done. And they wallop so much damage. Full squad.
Dillon's going to have to be very careful how he approaches that block.
Right.
I mean, like we discussed earlier, this Daughters of Khaine is definitely an army that can chew through wounds, but if he doesn't get his target priorities right and doesn't do all of his pile-in and everything correctly, this Iron Jaw's army could definitely swing back and make him regret any wrong decision very quickly.
Yeah. Especially since he's adopting the triple party wagon list over. A lot of people go for the Shadow Queen just for the ease of being able to bounce in and out and the mobility. as well as being such a powerful hammer. But having the 3 party wagons means you have your force multiplier plus the benefit of being separated, so they can all just act in their own right if they want to, or pile up and group up if they need to.
And I think most maps, that'd be really handy, having multiple pods able to move around. But the nature of this one, you don't really, on this particular battle plan, you don't need that until the very late rounds, and by then you're probably not going to have that much left that you would need to be able to split up. So
absolutely.
He might be at a little disadvantage just out of the battle plan alone with what he's running. And Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, the way that this was set up, every round there are 4 different battle plans that are, and one's picked at random?
That's correct.
Okay.
So depending on what you have 4 different variants because you have 4 different matchups, right? You have 4 different pair-offs essentially, right? So you go through, there's a list on the packet. So for this round, it was between Life Cycle, Noxious Nexus, Paths of the Fae, and Cyclic Shifts. So Noxious Nexus and Paths of the Fae specifically are kind of 2 of the unpopular ones. So a bit interesting putting them together like that. But today we're of course doing the Noxious Nexus, which is kind of the funkier one of the 2, in my opinion. It just forces you to the right side of the board or to the left side, depending on how you're orientating it.
I mean, it creates some pretty unique situations and fights that you don't see all the time. So I think that's some of the reason why it gets kind of a bad rap, is it's just the idea of it's so foreign to a lot of the players.
Yeah, it's such an unusual plan.
Yeah.
What's up? Is it not on?
So it's not on unless we turn it.
Oh, I see.
It's good to know that now.
Yeah. So funny. All right, it looks like they're debating between movements here. Ben's just trying to figure out how he wants to place his all of his models essentially, because if he puts the brutes in the wrong spot, or if he overcommits them too early, they can easily get blown up by something and then not be able to be relevant when they matter most.
Yeah, for any of you guys that tuned in with us for the first round, I don't think this will be as fast moving, as aggressive. The fighting in that one started at the top of round 1.
Right.
So
just pretty rare for most games.
I like turn 1 Alpha Strike armies, though.
Yeah. Looks like the Shadow Stalkers are doing their end of turn movement, teleport, so they're just going to claim the other side of the board. This is probably going to help him get scouting and whatnot. I believe, scouting, because his other is intercept, so. Yeah, as well as keep them far away from harm's way.
And the scoring with this GHB, especially if you can score something early and get the opportunity for your next tier on your battle tactics, is really paramount, because things can change so fast.
Right.
And nothing you'd be able to do or recover from.
Looks like the Kennerai doing their end of turn movement abilities as well.
Are they 12 or 14 movement?
They move 12.
12.
Yeah.
So we've got 112 players with us today.
Yeah, huge showing.
Largest teams tournament in the United States and second in the world, only 2 worlds.
That's right. Yeah, the numbers they just kept climbing. We thought it would like teeter off towards like 80 or like 10 teams, 80 players, something like that. But they just they crammed in like 3 or 4 more teams. It just got huge.
Well, you gotta love when a plan comes together. We also have Blood Bowl out here today. I think it was around, I don't remember the exact number of teams.
Right. At least 20 tables of Blood Bowl and Marvel Crisis Protocol, which I believe is streaming as well. At least one of them.
I do believe, yeah, they have a live stream of that as well. They didn't give me a link anyway, but nobody tells me anything,
right.
So it's fine. So we're already in the bottom of the round, aren't we?
That's right. Yeah, Dillon's doing it appears that Dillon is doing movements.
So,
and I think he might have mixed up his snake units here a second. I'm not sure what exactly. I think he's either repositioning or reorganizing. I see. He's properly. He's yeah.
So been with his first term, elected to go super conservative.
Right.
I guess trying to fish for the underdog.
I think so, because I don't even know if he stepped onto a point.
No, it doesn't look like he has anything.
That's right, yeah. I believe, yeah.
And what's the underdog for Nutritious Axis?
This one is Caustic Sap. So you pick an objective. Each unit contesting that objective is a target. Roll a d3 for each target. On a 2-up, inflict the amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. If you picked Heartwood, which is the blue objective, it does a d6 instead of a d3 for each target.
Oof.
So if you're if you're underdog and your opponent has been standing on that blue objective for too long, you can hit them with some spicy mortal wounds.
It's kind of a risky play, but at the same time, if Ben would have pushed forward and just sat there and let Dillon run straight into him, I don't know that he would have survived that either.
Yeah, he probably would have lost too much. And then there's the third of the double turn. Looks like Ben is dropping another. Ben's spending a CP to redeploy here.
That is a. He's looking to charge right now.
This might be an end of phase ability. I'm not sure exactly. If only I had the Kennerai War Scroll in front of me.
Thanks, technology.
And I gotta figure out which one those are. Look like the melee ones.
I know people in the stream will probably freak out when I say this, but they all look the same to me.
Oh! They are the same box after all. Gotcha. This is the top of the combat phase, possibly. Once per turn per army, any combat phase. If this unit's in combat, it can move 12. It can pass through combat ranges. Now let's look at the other one.
Because he rolled 2 dice.
Ah, here we are.
Okay.
It says once per turn in the army reaction, you declared shoot, so it's shot, and then he's doing the 2d6 move after shooting.
So after shooting, they got to make
The 2d6.
a 10-inch move. Not bad. So they're just tagging that unit?
Yeah, so this one charged in, and then the one up there is the one that popped that I think did the dash. These players are moving quicker than light, everyone. They're on top of it. This is that move after being in combat ability.
That's one of my favorite abilities. All previous GHB, I was running slaves with 18 Furies, always.
Oh, those are so much fun.
They're so good.
Yeah.
3-up flyaway.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're running around with a bunch of chosen, because I ran two tenors, chosens.
That's so good.
So no one's gonna waste any effort on the Furies as they just fly around and grab objectives.
Right.
It's great.
Looks like we're coming to a priority here. Ben takes the prio. Dillon ended up scoring. I think he scored scouting force. There's 1, 2, 3 out of his deployment, and then he also scored. What's he on? Is he on the red one?
Yes.
He's on the red, so he scored 5 for controlling red and 5 for controlling for completing scouting party, the first part. So he's up to 10.
All right.
So that would solidify Ben as the underdog for sure. So it looks like Dillon's taking the approach as just scoring points over trying to game the mission rather, get benefit of the noxious nexus.
You know, the unit he used also, it's just a speed bump.
Right.
Now Ben's going to have to try to go through that.
Absolutely.
So, Dillon's not losing a lot by this.
Yeah. So if that unit dies next to a place of power, it's going to trigger a blood right, but it looks like the places of power, are on that side because that's the red objective. So, yeah, those two are the places of power right in there. So he's going to probably trigger a blood right if ideally the screen gets smacked off. They get removed from play, that pops the blood right, and then he can choose a permanent buff on one of his units, ideally the blood hags or the snake people, snake ladies.
It's almost like you read the player's pack. How uncouth.
Just throwing everything you can at those, whatever he's got. You almost kind of want to ignore them, but the problem is there's such a good mobility piece that they're going to complete scouting party if you let them go.
And if you do run up there, you then expose half of your army to a blender.
Yeah.
So it's just... I'm glad I don't have to make the decision for Ben.
Right.
Oh, that's right, Sean. Thank you. So on Noxious Nexus, you can't score objectives on turn 1.
That's a good point. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it is just 5.
I see you out there, Sean. One team, one dream. Appreciate you.
it's now coming to light why this mission is not popular with players. Not being able to score turn 1 is means it's all up to battle tactics. It immediately sets the tone for the game. Is you got to play a little slower than you usually want to.
Well, and like we talked about earlier, on turn 5, when most people have nothing left in the game, you got a 10-point objective out there by itself.
Yeah, you need to have something with either a huge control or a huge amount of power to slap whatever's on it off of it.
You've got to have something in the tank at the end.
Looks like Ben is just piling on buffs onto this unit back here. Or, sorry, Dillon.
I think that's pretty typical of Daughters. All right, so that's the end of our hero phase for the top of round 2. Ben is wasting no time.
Yeah, those Ard boys you just got to push them into your opponent's face, basically.
Yeah.
Try to help. I mean, if they can sit on that red objective for at least 2 rounds, that's a lot of points for Ben. So this is the turn to start sitting right there.
I mean, what is it? Are they 2 wounds apiece?
It's like 40 wounds, 3 up save.
For 320 points, just the wounds per point
it's
alone
and
is really, really solid. And if they do get a chance to swing away and they're buffed up at all, they still do a lot of work.
Yeah, when they're able to pop off with the Ardboy Big Boss, he gives them that tandem fight plus whatever buff they get. Plus he's got both the trait and the artifact, so I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but I'm sure it's good for him.
Yeah, I'd like to think he didn't put them on there for no reason.
Right.
But I don't want to judge.
Right. Oh yeah, here come the Shadow Stalkers. Sorry folks, Dillon is setting up his models around the camera pole here.
I guess each player's back up to 4 CPs.
I would imagine so. I think actually Ben might have 5 because he's the underdog.
Oh, that's right. See, this is what happens when you don't play for your kids. Mm-hmm. You forget the rules. And I do mean easy. All of them.
Happens to all of us. Yeah, so now that it's round 2, both the players are going to be going for the objectives, and it looks like Dillon has set up very well for his range Khaine ride to do that sweet dash.
Even though it looks like he's coming off a bit aggressive, I still don't think we see any combat. At least not by the big block.
Probably not. We're definitely going to see the Khaine ride. I feel like we'll see the Khaine ride go down because the Ard boys want to step on to that objective. And now that Dillon's forcing the issue, he's got his Blood Hags that have dashed onto the point here, and along with what I suspect is the Blood Sisters. really just forcing the issues. Like the Ardboys have to fight both of those, basically both of those hammer units if they want to set foot on that red objective and score 5 points. Just the mobility that he's able to have is pretty incredible. Can really threaten a lose-lose situation, especially in this mission, because he's got no other choice but to go for the one that costs or is worth the most points, right?
And Ben doesn't have the speed and mobility to be able to stretch his force way out like that. He's going to be on the back foot no matter what.
Yeah, he's going to have to break through things and absolutely smash through stuff if he wants to gain the ground.
Well, if there's anything that Iron Jaws like to do is walk forward and smash things. So there's still hope. Yes, Sean, thank you there in the chat for reminding me that I will be even more lost in a month.
It's okay. Everybody's going to be lost, so you'll be part of the collective for a short time.
For about a week until everybody else has already read half of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna read my rules and learn how to play the new edition. Maybe. Hard maybe. So not like non-committal.
Right. It's 65%.
I'm at least leaning towards putting in real effort.
Yeah. So I think we already flipped into Dillon's turn here. They're moving pretty fast. I don't know. I don't think. I'm not sure if Ben has even.
Because Ben's not on the objective even.
Right. And it looks like Dillon's going through all these movements.
I feel like there's a lot of misdirected hostility being thrown around right now.
Right.
Tensions are high.
If everyone could see what we saw.
It's a lawless place here.
Right. For those who don't know, we're just talking about Don, our beautiful event organizer here. He's just coming to check on us.
We got some shoosting here. That looks like the snake ladies by the amount of dice being rolled for saves.
I think it was either the snakes or the party wagons that did that, I believe. These are some. I'm not too familiar with the profiles on these. I've never faced the party wagons, I admit. They're just going through here.
I can't imagine that's one party wagon.
Right. this has got to be. This has got to be a unit. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, it's got to be the big block of snake ladies. Did he take 1 damage out of that?
Yeah, he rolled very well. He either saved them all or saved all but one.
Quite impressive.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that was all shooting. So all those shots were either from the Shadow Stalkers, the Kinnerai, the Party Wagons, or Yeah, I think that's all the shooting.
We got the big block snake. Oh, these are snake
Those are
bows,
those
right?
are both. No, they're both spears.
They are okay.
Yeah. But I think those the avatar has a big damage shooting attack, like the torrent of blood or something like that.
So right now,
this is when he's going in.
Dillon's got all 3 points for this round.
Right.
So that's 10 off the rip right there, assuming he doesn't complete any tactics either.
Right. Yeah, I assume he's going to be in line to complete. Scouting Force might be hard. Let's see here. At the turn, these are for terrain features that are outside zone. No, they have to be in enemy zone. Probably not doing Scouting Force, but he's got Intercept and Recover here. So depending on where the treasure tokens are, which just by looking at the up-down, I believe, I think the Brutes have one. The Ardboys
have one.
I think the Ardboys do have one. Or the hero behind the Ardboys has it. I can't really tell. But yeah, the Ardboys, the Brutes, and I'm trying to find the last one. I think they're red.
Right there.
It's hard to tell. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, man.
Oh, you're fine.
I'll go scout it closer.
All right. All right. Well, Sean's trying to get us some more information. Might as well go and give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors with Schooner Labs for all your laboratory needs. Metagames Unlimited, which is one of the local game shops here in Springfield, donated a ton of the prize support and all-around solid hobby spot for the Southwest Missouri area. Battle Foam for any of your Army carrying needs, and Gray Matter with custom neoprene mats. Also want to give a shout out to Turbo Dork.
All right, we're back, and I have confirmed that the 3 units that are holding the treasure are the 3 heroes on the Orruk Warclan side. It's Zagrok Anvil Smasher, the Weird Knob Shaman, and the War Chancer are all holding a treasure. So he was very smart because he's going to be frontlining with his troops this whole game. You know, if his heroes are getting cracked open, he's already, suffering quite a bit. So if something's probably already happened terribly, if that is the case. So it looks like Dillon's coming in with both snake units. He's holding the Blood Hags in reserve, which is pretty wise because they have that big control score, and then they will have the most end game buffs after you get all your blood rights off. They'll be a force to be reckoned with for sure. Looks like he's going first with the snakes on our left side. Just double checking some auras. Don't want to pile out of your 12-inch bubble here. I think he's about half-inch from the edge of it anyway, so looks like he's just going to pile onto the objective a bit, push that bubble. Everything into the Ardboys, of course. Oh no! Avatar down.
You hate to see it. That's why everybody has super glue in their army bags somewhere.
Absolutely. Everyone has a medic kit for their models.
All right, here we go. Spear snakes into the R boys.
Looks like the snakes are coming in here. 8 mortal wounds coming out from those crits. Brutal.
We were almost 45 minutes in before the first combat.
Wow. Some games are really like that. I've
Yeah.
gone probably till like, I dare say I've gone one game until top of 3 with
Yeah.
no combats even. Just positioning and posing.
It does happen. It definitely happens.
Look like our boys are coming in on the clap back. He's just pulling casualties, counting up, and then he's doing his pylon, I believe. Oh, he might be going with the Wrecker crew or the Ragers or something like that on the right side, the Brute Ragers. Looked like Ben's just debating his next activation. A lot of options, a lot of bad choices, unfortunately.
Dillon having Ben go first with this particular matchup is very strong.
It is pretty strong because now Ben has to. He has the reroll for priority, but he can't use it to hit the double necessarily. He has to swap the priority order and then has to take the double away.
Or just throw some incredible saves.
Right.
Because both of these armies are trying to do basically the same thing.
Those hitting on 4s really take you down. Rolled so many dice, only about 8 hits total. Quite a bit of damage, though. Now this was the Ard boys back into the Blood Sisters, I believe.
Ooh. That was a lot.
Right. So I believe he didn't go for. He didn't activate the Brute Ragers because they're all strung out, and if you activate the Brute Ragers, you're probably only getting 4 in combat, which really diminishes their combat effectiveness. So making the other unit of Blood Sisters pile in towards you just to ensure you get everything, and then on your turn in the counter, you can just charge them or however you want to deal with them then.
Now they still have to be in combat here. I think that's what we're measuring for. He wants to be as far away as possible while still within 3.
Right.
Because he only has to leave 1 model from that unit, right?
Yes.
Really smart pile in on that.
It looks like Dillon has used the 2d6 move on the Kennerai to just back up out of combat, it looks like. And now the other unit of Blood Sisters is activating, it seems.
Should see a handful of models picked up after this.
Right. Making sure we're within that bubble. only 4 mortals coming out of this one.
It's not all over and done yet for the combat round, but honestly, I think Ben's fared pretty well considering.
He's holding pretty well. So the Ard boys took, I'd argue to say they took minimal casualties considering they were pelted by just about everything.
For what hit him, that was negligible.
Yeah, right.
The damage was nothing. So.
Yeah, even his minimum squads of the weird brute Rekkas only dropped 2 off the 1 minimum squad, so he successfully left the 1 in combat, tying up that big squad of Bloodsuckers.
And those guys slap, so
Yeah.
even just one guy, if it pops,
Right.
he'll move some guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, there he goes. I believe this is the second activation on the initial unit of Bloodsuckers on the red objective, I believe.
Okay.
It was one of those like strike last, fight again things. I believe this is what he was measuring to keep inside of that party wagon aura. Which
that's not nothing.
that ensures that he killed over half the unit of Ard boys now on top of everything. A pretty brutal slap from the daughters. They're moving so fast, so they might have even gone into the next turn without us looking.
I think we're still bottom.
Are we still
2.
bottom?
They slowed down a little bit.
Right.
But yeah. Those first 2 rounds.
Those were like
round
lightning.
And a half was fast.
Lightning.
Faster than any round and a half I've ever played.
Yeah. Looks like he's doing either some sort of recursion rally or. Yeah, it looks like that's the end of Dillon wrapping up his turn. He scores another 10 points there. Just taking the objective points. He was double checking to make sure he didn't miss any battle tactics, but intercept and recover is pretty safe. And then the second part of scouting is not quite there because he has to have 3 or more objectives or terrain, but they all have to be like in the enemy's territory. And there's just too much. I think that he doesn't have enough bodies, basically, to overpower and take those things yet.
Because do they have to be wholly within?
Let's take a look. I don't believe so.
Well, then he held the 3 main objectives, so he probably got that. And he also holds.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Because these 2 are
the 2 scenery pieces on the outside.
Yeah, because he's got those 2, and then that one.
You know what would really help? Microphones.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I did hear him say he scored 10 points, so that's what I'm going off of.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I assume it was. Looks like they did the roll off here. I think the reroll might have been. Ben probably uses reroll here. I think he's going for. I think Ben might have taken the priority here. Might be going for Mighty Destroyers. popping off Noxious Nexus here. I think Ben has chosen. Yeah, this is another reason why this mission is kind of brutal, because sometimes you have to stop and then take a bunch of damage, then you can continue the game from the Noxious Nexus.
Because that's on the blue. Is that on the blue Heartwood one specifically?
Oh, no. Well, that one is D6, but
Okay.
if you just pick any objective, I believe.
Oh, it's D3.
And then
That's
if
right,
you're
D3.
contesting it, you're taking D3, right?
Doesn't seem like a lot, but
When you got...
when it happens, it's always the worst time
Right.
for it to happen.
Yeah, it looks like a unit died next to a place of power, so Dillon's going to be able to get his blood right at the end of this turn already, just starting out. Getting those power-ups real quick here. He's got the handy tracker right there in the bottom right, or the top right.
I just realized we have...
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't save it.
Right. Undo. Flipped.
That's what I was trying to do.
He's got 5 CP, 0 VPs.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are those battle tactics again?
Dillon
Dillon has
is
scouting force,
intercept.
and intercept and recovery.
Ben has Master and Wrathful.
Perfect.
Perfect. Sorry, folks. We accidentally hit the reset button on the scorecard here. Luckily, not too hard to retrack.
Yeah. Apparently, the refresh button was not the same as the swap.
Right.
Subtle but
Very
important difference.
Very confusing. Looks like he's throwing out the endless spells here. He's getting this nice big, I forget what it's called. It's like the footprint or something, but it's a huge...
Isn't the foot of Gork?
Foot of Gork, I believe so. It's got this huge footprint, which is really good at blocking those party wagons because it makes it so that thing it basically cannot fit without having a fly keyword.
I think we just had something dispelled.
I think it was rolling to unbind that foot
sorry.
right there, right? Looks like this is either a Mighty Destroyers or something like that.
Well, hero phase movement.
Right. I wonder what tactics Ben is going to make a play for first. Master of the Path's obviously a hard one, especially against Daughters of Khaine, because they like to bubble wrap everything, especially their heroes with everything. But Wrathful Cycle is if he just takes either that green objective or the red objective, I believe he has it, that first Defiant Surge.
The question is, if they do that, if Ben were to do that, does that overextend him and leave himself exposed?
All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread. He has to control more than his opponent,
Yeah.
so he'd have to take both of those.
Both of them.
Or
if it were one, I could see that.
Right,
But
yeah.
taking both, especially with the way that Dillon is sitting right there in the center.
Right. So you could go for that blue objective with the Gorgruntas, but it's a lot of damage being wasted off to the right just to step foot on the blue objective. So I think it's more wise just to flank with him now, get the damage in. Especially when you have the 2x10 brutes coming out to support. You kind of just want to wipe everything out that's in front of you first.
I think that's one of the more difficult things about playing Iron Jaws. Like, their version of a utility unit is just a cheap one that slaps real hard.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's
got some good movement, but it also has some good punch.
Linus, thank you for that, but it's all good, man. We're just fine.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out to check on us, Linus.
Been an eventful day. Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out, though. And then Ben is part of the Al Pacino tactics. Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
The Al Pacino tactics. And then Dillon's part of the Texas group. What's their name?
Oh, it's on his shirt, but his sunglasses are cutting the name in half. Weird Ape. Weird Ape? Yeah. Remember the Alamo and how we won last year. That's their team name.
That's the team name.
Right. But their club name could possibly could be Weird Ape.
And true to their name, they did in fact win last year.
That's right. On record.
Wearing some classy America-themed cowboy hats.
As is tradition for the Texas team.
Oh, Al Pacino takes no prisoners.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it looks like we're going straight to charges here. The Gold Cruncher's going in on the side. Pretty good. They're good for catching the end of another unit you've already tagged and stretching them out. Because your opponent probably doesn't want to allocate any attacks to them, but the fact that they have to split attacks really helps, especially for Iron Jaws when you're such a elite force.
Anything to mitigate damage.
Yeah.
Or spread it out.
And then that min squad of weird brutes came in, and then that huge reinforced squad just rolled boxcars, I believe, to charge. So they will have no problems getting in combat and sitting on that objective.
Just barely made it.
Right. Then the other reinforced brutes definitely charging in there as well. Just got to mop up everything in front of you. So it was a great use of Ben using that priority reroll this round, because I suspect that if Dillon was able to double here, he's got such an authoritative points lead that taking the double, not scoring your tactic is fine here, and then just wiping out at least one unit of brutes, possibly catching a couple of the min squads out too. And then not only that, you're also pinning your opponent further back away from the objectives. So Ben is actually able to just punch out here a little bit, make a play for objectives, and then Dillon now has to kind of be put in the same position that Ben was just put in. He has to come back, reclaim the objectives. Assuming he doesn't whiff combat attacks, of course. This all could change.
I think the Khaine, though, and then are these Shadow Stalkers over
Right.
the left? Those two units, the utility units are so strong in this game. I
Right.
think a lot of players lose sight of that,
Absolutely.
and Iron Jaws just don't have them.
Your Gorgunters or your Maw Crusher are usually the pieces you use to track those down, but again, the Maw Crusher's not going to want to do it because he's like
480 points.
Yeah, an insane amount of points. Then your Gorgunters here are better used doing something else, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because that blue objective isn't too relevant yet. But like I could see an argument throwing them up there. But the Kinnerai are so evasive. If you don't delete them all at once, they just kind of bounce around the table.
Then I think Dillon's also completely fine with having them just sit over there if they have to.
Absolutely.
He's like, oh no, 120 points to guarantee. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just farming 2 points at a time.
Might be starting activations now. Looks like I would assume a unit of brutes, the reinforced brutes, are going to swing on that unit of blood sisters.
I think that's going to give him a chance with the Gorgruntas to go ahead and pile in and get back into the Khaine back there, start chewing through those screens.
Absolutely.
Now he has nowhere to hide once he gets a chance to get into the girls.
Nice. Brutes attacks, always a spectacle to watch. So many dice. On top of it, they've got the crits from, I think it's from the Anvil Smasher guy. They just go crazy. And not only that, I think they're either 3 damage a swing or they're either 2 or 3 damage a swing easily. So all of these it's just an insane amount.
I know I personally remember my very first game against Iron Jaws because they tell you what they do.
Right.
And you're like, okay, yeah, sure, they hit hard. But once they actually roll the dice out,
yeah.
Oh, man, I will never forget that.
Yeah, you're blown away.
So much work. Especially the old Gorgrunta spam.
Right. The Gorgrunta with when Bounty Hunter was in play, the plus 1 damage on everything was insane.
My gosh. It was pretty unforgiving.
Yeah.
It has been nice to see all these utility units in the first 2 games kind of showing brightly. Because at the start of this GHB, a lot of people said chaff wasn't important.
Right.
And I think that was clearly it was a gross oversight because over time it started to come back.
Absolutely. So I think it was just a matter of the change, the drastic change of like how many attacks a model has changed into this GHB and like the damage output for a unit. Like everything got spiked up a little bit. Yep. So I was like, oh, your chaff just doesn't go that far.
Oh, we've got a visitor here.
Yeah.
Spider just showed up on the desk.
Gloom Spike gets.
Yeah.
Anyways. But everything has so many attacks at the start of the edition. And so your screens, I guess people, what it was is people were using them like old screens, essentially, where the act of the screen has changed. So you're trying to occupy space rather than catch and absorb something. Where as soon as something touches you, you get exploded, right? So you just have to plan that's going to happen. Kind of space out your force a little better.
Yeah, they're literal speed bumps now.
Right. looks like those brutes had a non-issue clearing out that first unit of Blood Sisters. And it looks like the other unit of Blood Sisters had an opportunity to fight. I think they went for the Brutes to cut down on damage overall, because once you start chipping out Brutes, the effectiveness of that unit really starts to dwindle. But, you can't just pile on a bunch of buffs and then, 5 Brutes will still slap the crap out of something if you have the right plus the damage, crit hits on them.
I mean, even these cauldrons hit fairly hard once they get into combat, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The queen, the Hag Queen hits pretty hard. I know the avatar up top does hit pretty hard. There's some high damage swings. The Blood Rack, I forget exactly what she does. She might be more of a tar pit piece instead, but. And it looks like the second unit of Brutes or Ardboys are swinging back here. I assume targeting the Blood Sisters, just eliminating 100% of them is the way to go if you can. Players are just discussing how much damage is in the pool and whatnot, where's being thrown where.
Trying to send out some links for the stream around Discord, see if a few communities are interested in checking it out today. Again, if you missed us at the beginning, this is Summergeddon in Springfield, Missouri. 14 teams, 8 guys per team, 112 players.
Wow. Looks like the Brute slapped back onto that remaining Blood Sisters and left one alive with 1 wound. Pretty shocking. So those 3 Brutes he picked off early really did matter. That was the difference between living and dying for that one model there. Now we're going to start to see some fights back from, I suspect, that last Blood Sister and or the Kinnerai, if they haven't already swung. But other than that, there's not too much left to fight on. The Brutes kind of came in and picked up everything. Yep, that last Blood Sister just doing 2 mortal wounds. That's pretty good, but almost enough to kill a Brute. Now here come the Ardboys doing their pile-in. Really getting on the objective. Now, it's hard to tell the control score now, but I hope that the Ardboys will be able to clear off those 5 Kinnerai and then From there, it looks like Dillon probably only has about 5 control total from those blood hags, if that. So it looks like Ben's going to be scoring pretty big here, trying to get in contend with Dillon's score. And I apologize for not being able to keep track of their CP as close as I want to, but it's extremely difficult.
While they're pulling models away, the winning team of this event gets a golden ticket for every member. So all 8 of them will get golden tickets.
Yeah, 8 golden tickets is a substantial. That's the most golden tickets I've seen in one place, so I'm going to be honest with you. Now, these are the weird brutes, these are the weird brutes for sure. Going in on the, I assume, what's the Kinnerai or that last Blood Sister. I assume it's the Kinnerai because the Blood Sister is not on the objective. Yep, picking out that last Blood Sister. Out. Looks like Dillon's just debating what to activate next. Or I think he's debating where to go with those Kinnerai, actually. Because I think they might, they're doing a quick little move here. Really just backing up. Staying on the point, backing up, and now they're just counting up control score. Which, honestly, with those Kinnerai still in play there, I think Dillon's got that one.
Kind of looks like it.
From here, it looks like it.
Did you hear what he said? Did you catch it?
Not yet. He's doing bad D3s. Oops.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Some splash damage.
These guys are both extremely knowledgeable and on top of their stuff. There's no other way you move this fast through a game.
Yeah, this is great. Insanely tight play.
Very, very, very crisp. It's a hero phase move.
I think this might be their final pile-in because the Gorgrunchers had yet to activate after they charged. So I think this is his final activation, and he's just trying to see and measure and see what he can grab with them.
All right.
I think the game plan is to try to get those Kinnerai out because they are what is hinging the control score right now, I believe. So, yeah, it looks like they're wrapping up the turn. The Gorgrunchers couldn't really get that far, I don't think.
I don't think he was going to get one in.
Right.
And I think you probably needed to kill 2 or 3
yeah.
of those.
And at that point, it's better
extending yourself.
It's better just to leave them out, try to go for the double, and then they can move and charge. It looks like Dillon got that one. All right, so at the end of Ben's turn, he'll be scoring everything. He'll be scoring the green and the blue for 2. Oh, wait. No, not the blue, just the green for 3 plus. No raffle, because that was hinging his. That was a huge points denial, I'll be honest. That was a 10-point denial.
Yeah, because he needed to take 2 points,
2
right?
points, yeah. So if he took one more point, which was the red, he would have got 5 for that, plus 5 for the first part of raffle.
That is the name of this GHB.
Yeah.
Finding a way to deny your opponent's battle tactics.
Right.
Which is easier said than done.
Of course, yeah. You have to really tailor your list to denying your opponent's tactics.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, this cord is obnoxious.
It's okay. It's finding its way under my foot.
Every about 30 seconds.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I've got it pinned over here.
Oh, you got
so
one there?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Looks like you did the Noxious Nexus because it's his top of the round again. He picked the blue, did a big D6 Mortals. I think he hit the 6 Mortals as well, based on the save roll. You love to see it. Probably a wise move because if he picked red, he would just hit his own guys again. So.
And realistically, we've already discussed, he doesn't want to devote any of his force to trying to go take care of those guys.
Absolutely. Any free damage is more than welcome for him.
And spiking on a 6 is big. You got to take the wins when you can get them.
Here's the Heart of Khaine, I believe. Looks like it goes off. This is a big debuff phase. I believe it gives -1 to wound rolls while the Daughters of Khaine are wholly within 12 of it. Something to that nature. Huge buff.
Sounds like the no fun zone.
Right. Especially for this mission because you can really just park on those 2 objectives with that in your middle and kind of tank all the hits. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets around that Foot of Gork manifestation with those party wagons because they can't physically fit, I believe, because all the terrain, I believe those terrain features in particular, they're unstable because those are places of power, so you can't land on them. Yep. And then the one over here, just going all the way around is kind of what the idea is, so you're losing so much movement going that way on an oval base. It's not really worth it anymore.
No. It's quite the detour to try to get around.
Right.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to...
Yeah, he could be limited on casting, so if he's only got the 1 cast or the 1 prayer, or they're just crucial to his plan and he needs them elsewhere. Do the crit auto wound prayer on the hags. Real nasty. Just so many attacks, so crit auto wound just really helps punch a bunch of damage through for them. Because they natively wound on 4-up, so just bypassing that 4-up roll is huge.
Dice down,
Yeah,
dice down.
I went down under the no-go zone.
Dangerous, dangerous. Getting those Ard boys piled in here.
Right. I'm not sure if he used Mighty Destroyers. This could be Mighty Destroyers right now. Were the Ard Boys in combat, or did they?
No, they weren't.
Right, so this could be just normal movement. Or, yeah, this is Mighty Destroyers. This is Dillon's turn, of course. Yeah, of course. So really the name of the game for Ben is to guarantee at least getting tactics and those two objectives this turn, or else he's going to be really far behind. But it all depends on how Dillon approaches this turn, and if he's able to pin in, or if he could potentially take the green objective, but though that foot plus the Gorgon's just screening for what's really behind them. The brutes and the weird brutes plus the Rekka brutes, all three variants of brutes just standing there.
Because so far Dillon's lost the 2 units of Blood Sisters.
Right.
And did he lose a unit of Khaine?
No, he's got both Khaine still online, which is pretty impressive. The melee ones are kind of sneaky because there's more dangerous things you want to allocate attacks into, so they just kind of slip by, and they're kind of around so long. Unless you have some trash attacks to throw into them, they really just stick. Looks like Dillon's just debating where he wants his Shadow Stalkers to go. A lot of options here. I guess he's debating if he wants to push and try to assassinate a hero. They are being properly guarded by the 6 block of Wrecker Boys. Sorry about that. Dillon headbutt the camera stand there for a second. It's the hats. It's the hat.
You know, for someone who agreed to be on stream, you wouldn't think he'd be so upset at the camera stand.
Right. Oh yeah, here comes the party wagon action. Highly maneuverable. Whew. They're doing a proper retreat, taking 2 mortals here.
Oh.
I think that's a wise move because you really want all 20 Blood Hags in, if possible. You need all those attacks. Plus, that might open the gate for a second party wagon to fit down the middle.
I love seeing retreats. They're rarely ever used.
Right.
They should be used
way
more often.
Such a good mechanic. I think it's super powerful to set up a retreat for yourself because your opponent can't really do much about it. Like, there's very few abilities that interact with the retreat. Like, yeah, you're taking D3 mortals, but, like, if you can plan on taking D3 mortals, you're going to be A-okay.
I mean, if Dillon takes, let's say worst case, takes 3 mortals on that unit for retreating and is able to clear a unit of Ard Boys.
That's well worth the trade.
Yeah. Seems like it worked out. Now, I don't know if he wants to take a counterattack by the 6 brutes, but...
Right. The Ard Boys holding up through that first wave is pretty substantial because they're still 3 up save, 2 wounds. Plus, if they got a conditional wards from somewhere, they're just super sturdy. And they're relatively easy to rally back, being 2 wound models. Pretty forgiving. Looks like Dillon's just figuring out a way to get the party wagons through.
Looks like we've already got a handful of players that are done.
Right.
These 2 of the Texas boys, but they don't really waste a lot of time.
Right. You've seen that they've been super clean, efficient with their moves.
Yeah, it looks like Dillon is a shining example of how the entire team plays.
Right.
Very precise, always with intention. They don't linger on much. They know what the options are, and they make the call.
Keeps the ball rolling. Ooh.
I mean, we couldn't keep up the first round and a half.
Oh, my God, yeah. That was insane. It's like the Shadow Stalker's just posing up here. They're going to let loose a bunch of shots, I'm sure. Trying to see where the heroes are on the Warclan side. So you still have the Weird Knob in the Boss Rock Tower. You definitely got the Ardboy Big Boss next to the Ardboys. And then there's an Anvil Smasher guy. I don't know exactly where he is. He's somewhere in those brutes, I think. Or he might be near the Boss Rock Tower. I think that's him right there. Yeah, yeah.
Down in the trees.
Yeah, he's in that obscuring
left.
the obscuring footprint there.
All right. Shout out to War Game Trader, one of our sponsors today.
Okay, we're doing the shooting for the Daughters of Khaine here. A whole mess of shots.
Is this into the Ardboys?
I think so. It's either into the Ardboys or into the brutes behind the Ardboys.
Okay.
We'll know in a moment. Yeah, that was picking up the whatever that center unit was. I kind of missed that. That was the min squad of weird brutes, right?
Yep. Yep.
Just picking up another blood right, basically.
How many is that? Is it 2?
That's 2. I think that's 2 now for this turn. It's pretty substantial.
Yeah. It's not bad if you're into that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, the Daughters of Khaine blood rights they get out of hand quick if you let them. So if you're running MSU, you've got to really be careful about how many units are dying and how much you're killing of theirs before they get that super Death Star rolling at you. He's just making these 3-up rolls for those Kennerai movement. It hinges on that 3+ roll, and I don't think he's failed one. Here's the blood. The blood hags are charging in. We'll see just how juiced these ladies are once they swing. But in the perfect storm, it's like 80 attacks, 2s and 3s, rend 1 for 1 damage. So it's quite the value. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. I get in the right condition, you can take another hero, bump that rend up to 2 rend, go crazy with them. Looks like the party wagon made it. Looks like we're only going to see 1 party wagon in combat. I don't think another one can fit anywhere relevant. I guess one could charge the foot, but I'm not sure if that's the right call.
Yeah.
Looks like the Shadow Stalkers are charging him. I'm going to go reposition the dice tray real quick.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up when it's...
I got you. I think we just had our time announcement. How much do we have left?
That was Don announcing the open bar.
Oh.
Another good thing.
Yeah. I was like, that's great news.
But speaking of time, I think we're close to hour and a half or hour 45.
Well, Don asked if we needed anything, right?
That's true. I guess we can get him on that. It's a need.
Now that you mentioned it, I do need a beverage. I'm parched right now.
I'm parched. Looks like they're just fixing up some few things, making sure the units they don't want in combat are not in combat, being mindful. I think Dillon's debating on if he wants to charge that center party wagon.
So again, for those viewers that just joined us, this is Summergeddon in Springfield, Missouri. Team tournament with 8-man teams, 14 total teams, 112 players.
Absolutely huge showing. Just want to thank all the stores, all the local gaming stores, Metagames Unlimited, Game Night from St. Louis, all for donating, and all the random donations we got just from all the players and TO officials. Bringing all the terrain and tables, it really helps. We were able to fill out all the tables we needed and have a bit left over, so great job.
And it's not just scenery on a tables. These tables all have theme. It's cohesive. It's well painted. It's like top tier terrain.
Right. Yeah, we tried to make sure there were plenty of representation because now the battle plans tell you one of 3 options for terrain. So we like to have 3 of each on each table. Then the players can just pick and choose what's what.
Yeah, it's very impressive. There's no random cardboard boxes being used as a house.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I had a chance to walk by the Marvel Crisis protocol tables.
Yeah, their tables are beautiful.
They were looking pretty good, too.
Yeah.
A lot of urban scenes. I liked them. All right, so Dillon creeped up here with his wagon, so maybe start working on putting damage on that old foot of Orruk.
Right.
Trying to open up some new avenues. But as soon as he does too much damage, or Ben might just banish it anyway and then charge through it. So.
Absolutely. That's what I would be doing.
We knew it was going to be cagey.
Right. Yeah, so the foot there, he might be able to, I'm not sure if he can sneak through. The foot's kind of narrows at the end there, and the wagon being an oval might be able to sneak 3 inches for combat range onto the Gorgruntas if it's lucky.
Maybe.
Maybe dropping one, but more so just tying them up for the return.
Yep.
But it looks like Dillon made all of his charges that he really wanted to. The Stalkers, the Khaine Stalkers, I believe,
they're now right beside the Ard Boys, aren't they?
Right, yeah. They're next to the Party Wagon and the Ard Boys there. So Dillon's really going in on that red objective, because if you lock that down from your opponent for at least 3 turns, your opponent's kind of out of luck, even if they get the blue one, because being 15 points down doesn't, like, getting that 10-point swing doesn't matter if you're already over 10 points down.
Yeah, this particular way of scoring on battle plans as well keeps it so close.
Yeah.
So coming out really strong at the beginning, you can easily get a big enough lead over 3 rounds that you just can't do anything.
Can't catch up, yeah.
You just full send it for 3 and then pray after that.
Right.
That is a legitimate strategy.
Right.
Sigmar right now.
It looks like these are the blood hags going in on those hard boys. Bunch of dice. I believe he's got a handful of crit auto wounds. Rolling the wound now. Looking for 3s due to blood rights. Our boys having a 3-up save do just get pushed back to a 4-up save, which is not too bad, but the volume of attacks is so vast that a poor roll could really, like something like that. I think those are all fails right there.
That's rough.
Luckily, they do get some sort of ward. Probably a 6-up. Looks like 8.5 our boys going down just to that first activation, which, as we've seen, is kind of tough to do. So that's just an insane amount of attacks. Now, I would imagine the Party Wagon and Khaine Stalkers could probably finish off the rest of the Ard boys, but I'm not sure what the plan is for those remaining brutes standing right behind them. I guess the plan is just to score the objective, right? It don't really need to touch the brutes yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't draw anything that wasn't absolutely necessary, especially now. As slow as the game started, Ben's way on the back foot.
Right.
So he's going to have to push stuff in, just ease him into it. No point rushing it. I mean, Ben still has a lot of punch.
Absolutely. He definitely has enough stuff to wipe out Dillon, given the correct situation.
Yes.
But it's just a matter of getting into that position is really what's messing him up.
It's Dillon's done really well to control the board right now.
Right. Looks like that Party Wagon went around the foot, killed one Gorgrunta. Not sure if it's still in combat range, of course. Ben, of course, pulling the front one.
Anything to drink?
Oh, no, I'm all good. I appreciate it. Right. Looks like Dillon is just making sure everything's within the same 12-inch aura. He's debating a few choices. Looks like Dillon's using that fight twice, fight last ability. So he's going to go ahead and pile in straight to the brutes and get all those attacks again into the brutes. And at the same time, blocking off that red objective from anything else. They have to go through the blood hags just to set foot on that red objective. While he's piling, I'll just take this time to thank our sponsors. We've got Artist Opus providing beautiful brushes on our prize support. Be sure to check them out if you are interested in any kind of brushes. They are really top notch. Now we have Starform miniatures, and we've got what's this? GameMat.du for a majority of these mats. Here he's coming in with those attacks, pulling out all the crits. Looked like that was just the first dose of hitting wounds. Another shout out to Gray Matter Gaming. Wow, looks like 32 wounds going into the pool here against the Brutes.
Sorry about that. Had to grab a drink real quick. You gotta remember, kids, always hydrate.
Yeah, no problem. Just to catch you up to speed, Dillon went ahead and used the Fight Twice ability off that party wagon to get those blood hags fighting again at the strike last step. So he purposely kept the Brutes out of combat, charged the hags and, cleared out those Ard boys, and then popped that Fight Twice just to get them piling into combat range. And now I think he did 32 wounds straight to armor saves. So we're seeing how that's going to shake out now.
And that was the named one, the hag?
Yeah, the Queen Hag on Cauldron, I believe. Slaughter Queen on Cauldron, yeah.
I knew the wagons could do some work, especially the named one.
It's that force multiplier. They just go crazy. When you've got 81 dice and you're throwing it twice per combat phase, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Theory of large numbers says not bad.
Right. Looks like the players are looking for some models. Looks like he misplaced one of his Brutes. Happened to me once.
I can think of plenty of times I look down and right off from deployment, I'm missing a model.
Right.
Especially when you could double reinforced units.
Oh,
so you'd have
yeah.
blocks of 60 or pending more.
Oh my god, yeah. The blocks of 60 Moon Clan Grots was my favorite.
Hey, I played Flesh Eater Courts. I've loved a good ghoul spam
the ghoul
for a
spam.
while.
Right.
A lot of fun. At least for
the
me it
ghoul
was.
player, yeah.
For me it was. Anybody else, not so much.
It looks like these are the attacks back from the Brutes into the Blood Hags. Because even though they were brought in at the strike last step, they are still eligible to attack because I think that's one of the things they've changed going into this GHB. It's a little more forgiving on those strike last.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's about 5 or 6 Brutes left, which still is enough to put the hurt down. Dillon here is deciding which ones he wants to pull. Looks like he's losing 10 or 11 hags just off of that, based on the die roll.
And these are the remaining Ard boys?
These are the Brutes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ard boys got lifted completely.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, Dillon just wants to figure out where he wants to stand on this objective, essentially. Yeah, starting with pulling for the ones that are off the objective, going inward. Now he leaves this tiny little unit to act as a speed bump, and he holds the brutes there for a little bit. Now they do have Mighty Destroyers in the next turn, but it is something. Keeps them from hitting the wagon, I'm sure.
Well, we don't want anybody to fall off the wagon, so.
Right. Looks like they're adding up the score here. From here, he's got 7 points based on the 2 objectives because he's not holding the green one. So he's got 5 and 2 for the red and blue. And then he's just mentioned he did not score. He, of course, didn't get any intercept and recovers. And I'm not sure he got the Bold Explorers yet because I think what it is. Yeah, I don't think so because I think what was going on before was I think you can't control the zone with the same unit, or you can't control the terrain and the objective with the same unit.
Yeah, you can only control one.
One of them, right? So I think he's going for this. I don't know how to describe this piece. What is that? Is the cactus on this table? Yeah, this cactus swarm here, right behind the brutes, is really the one he wants to be going for. If those blood hags bodied the brutes, he probably would have had it that turn. But it looks like you just scored. Yeah, you got it. You got the 7 points.
Yep,
yeah,
looks like
absolutely.
7 there. So
yeah.
we got 22
to 3.
5.
To 3.
3.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben's really behind on this one, so I think in this situation he is down enough to become the permanent underdog. I think it's if you're 12 behind, you're just permanently it.
Yeah, it's now for him to true Iron Jaw style, be aggressive,
right.
And get in there.
Yeah, and Dillon's smart. He moved his Kinnerai off the blue objective because that will obviously be the Noxus Nexus choice for the D6 mortal wounds every time. Now we've got the hero phase of Ben. He's going to go ahead and do a bunch of buffs, bunch of chants, bunch of spells. Maybe not a bunch, but at least one of each. And then he's going to head in Mighty Destroyers, of course. Another shout out to our sponsor, Gray Matter Gaming in Jukoshi, I think.
Yes, that's the protective case, display cases with the plastic plexiglass front so you can see in.
We love that.
So I think they even donated 3 of the large army boxes for raffle and stuff.
Yeah, be sure to check out Jukoshi. That starts with a J, folks.
Yeah.
See, Nagashar is... That's a good point, Nagashar. You can contest both with the same unit, it looks like. You just can't contest both of the same. You can't contest 2 objectives or 2 terrain features separately. So I think Dillon might have gotten this last turn, but we are not going to interrupt their game, of course. But yeah, that is an excellent catch there, Nagashazar. This is bottom of 3 for Ben, right?
I believe so.
All right. Yeah, I think that's right. Let's see what's going on. Like it's doing some counter prayer. Here come the brutes shuffling up that center. Now they got a lot of options now. They could punch through the center, but I think the goal is to take that red objective back because then they'll have the red and greens locked down if everything goes as planned, of course. And then he really needs to claim that first part of Raffle. He could be tempted to go for that first part of Master as well. That party wagon sitting back there with the brutes hanging out. If he smashed up the party wagon, there could be a huge point swing.
And remind us what that first step of Wrathful is?
Oh, that is if you control more objectives than your opponent. So he just has to flip one more objective into his favor.
And his other one you said was Master?
Master. The first part of Master is if you just slay an enemy hero.
Okay. No, he's definitely got a couple options for both of those.
Right.
I mean, he could. It would take a lot for him to get a perfect round, but I mean, he definitely looking at a 20 or a 15-point round here pretty easily. Well, this wouldn't be 15.
This would be the that would be a big 18-point.
18-point.
Yeah. Still, Dillon's doing a good job of keeping Ben on that first part of Raffle because as soon as the Daring Resurgence is he's permanent or he has shifted to that underdog for pretty much the rest of the game now, from what I understand. And that Daring Resurgence is pretty easy once you get up there because you just need one unit. You end your turn if you are the underdog. Oh yeah, you just need to fight with at least one unit. And they need to be on the battlefield still.
So that makes sense why he's played so conservatively at the beginning. Wanted to make sure not to get anything.
Dillon's kind of controlling the score here based on where he's standing, where he's positioning. He's practiced this mission, I feel.
And probably not his first go.
Of course. Being as this is the last tournament on the GHB. He's got plenty of experience on it.
Well, last year's Summergeddon was also under this GHB because of the way that the timing came out on the calendar,
Right. These players have had a whole year with this one. Show us what they can do. Look like Ben just repositioning everything, make sure everything's overlapped with his auras. He's got this unit of the brute Rekkas in this approaching from the bottom against the red objective. I imagine they'll be going for either the Stalkers or the Blood Hags, but he's already got 5 brutes in the Blood Hags, so he's kind of got a one-to-one man-to-man coverage here on units. The only thing I don't know what he's going to do with is the Gorgruntas, because I think they're free from combat, because that one Cauldron killed one, pulled him out. So they've kind of got free reign to walk around just for this turn.
But at the same time, they're blocked up to a point where if they want to go anywhere without having to make a significant detour, it's the Canary on the other side of the board.
Right. And then almost he kind of wants to hold that green and not let go of it. And the 2 Gorgruntas will hold it for a little bit, but against the Cauldron, if it gets around that foot properly, they're not going to hold too long against it. But
theoretically, he could have time to run the Gruntas over just long enough for a turn to be there.
Right.
And then turn around and
then turn around. Back. That's right.
But that does require several moving parts.
Of course.
So that get derailed pretty easy.
Yeah, now he's coming in. Dillon's coming in with the sneaky dashes on the Daughters of Khaine.
Ben's rolling dice here.
Yeah, I think he's doing a bunch of run rolls.
Yep.
Now that we're out of the hero phase. Oh, looks like those were probably looks like those were save rolls. Those are I think that was covering fire from something.
Looked like it. D-Ranch giving a shout out to Sparkle Motion.
Yo!
I think they've got at least two teams here, don't they? There's a Sparkle
At
Motion
least,
and Good
yeah.
Vibes.
Absolutely.
There might be a third one. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Right.
They get quite the group. Except that Chase guy, you got to watch out for him.
Of course. So I think it's what's giving that super dash in the enemy movement phase for the Daughters of Khaine is the Shadow Blooded trait on that Slaughter King on Cauldron. It gives her I think it just gives her an end of movement phase dash or something, an end of movement phase dash. Oh yeah, that really just throws a wrench in the plans because you can't really take advantage of the position of the brutes anymore because they got such a long charge and there's nothing to kind of ping off of, get the pile in, no drifting. Almost like Dillon did this on purpose. Looks like Ben's just debating where he wants to charge now, how he wants to do things.
Tagging the Cauldron.
Right, yeah.
Maybe that is so he can free up the Gorgons.
Yep. Looks like he's seeing how many he could fit there before he commits to it. Probably about 3 or 4 brutes total. Not sure if that's worth it to him. Now, I do like what you said about dispelling the own manifestation, because if he did at the top of the turn just choose to pull it down, he could be able to fit all 6 brutes right there.
Yeah.
That would I don't want to say it will, but more than likely could do enough damage.
It's an option.
Looks like he's committing to charging the blood rack, I think. Just getting as many as possible in that tiny little triangle space there. Looks like he's electing to leave the Gorgonches there for the time being. Looks like Dillon's debating some moves here. Ben's figuring where he wants to pile, where he wants to activate, I'm sure. Looks like he's going for the brutes at the bottom here on this red objective. I'm not sure if these are the Wrecker brutes or the standard brutes, but we'll find out.
Since Dillon won't use the dice tray, should we start making passive-aggressive comments?
Maybe. We'll see how many dice he throws out of the tray. There he goes.
He always has been a bit of a rebel.
Right. It's only natural.
I guess whenever you're part of the defending champion team, you
Right.
can do whatever you want.
That's right. He's taking authority. Looks like he's splitting attacks.
Gutsy.
Right.
You know, we saw how that went game one.
Right, right.
And it did not. It did not go.
Yeah, that was rough. Nice. All of the Iron Jaws attacks are connecting very well here. Just getting quite a damage in the pool.
Yeah, Ben was really able to absorb that first altercation with the daughters and actually came out all right. Our boys stuck around a little longer, at least a turn longer than thought they would, which was just long enough. And he has a chance for a real counterplay here.
Right. Looks like he successfully scores the Master of the Path with that Brute unit there, smashing that Cauldron down.
That's huge. Especially being able to squeeze up in a gap like that.
Right, yeah, just the limited amount of attacks.
3 or 4 of them.
It's the amount of damage per attack when they've got all the buffs overlaid on them. They've got the Chance plus the Anvil Smasher going. It's crazy.
They are quite efficient.
Looks like the Blood Hags are going up next for Dillon here.
And fortunately, again, for Ben, they've been whittled down enough. Just under 30 minutes, time call. Yeah, luckily for Ben again, or unfortunately for Dillon, these Hags here, they've been thinned down enough. You know, if they were talking a full block, that's terrifying.
Right.
You're talking under 10.
That's not too bad, yeah.
It's going to hurt, but he's got enough there that he should be able to weather that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Take care of it and do whatever he needs to next time.
Yeah, the Iron Jaws just have such good armor saves straight up, so the daughters struggle. They don't have, the Red 1, maybe Red 2 in a few places, but mostly Red 1 across the board, so they kind of struggle into those high armor saves.
They need the volume.
Right.
If they take too much damage too fast, or if you even just have one off round of combat to start, it's hard to come back from. You're pushing stuff uphill.
Absolutely. Quite a few, but didn't lift the unit yet. So I think it lost 3 brutes there. Yeah, about 10 damage. No, it's very super close, but it looks like if Ben is able to actually lift every single Blood Hag out, it'll take that red objective finally.
Yep. Been a long time coming.
Right. That was a rough roll. That was an insanely unlucky roll on Ben's side. I think he did like over 10, 15 dice, and he only rolled 3 hits there.
And he's on what? 4 up?
4's the hit, yeah.
Oh. Now, granted, they were all enough damage.
Right, thank goodness, yeah.
The 4 that got, was it 3 or 4 that got
3 wounds got through, yeah. It did exactly enough.
Yeah.
I think it was perfect.
And now, Ben's right back in it.
Wow, yeah.
Because he's got 1 battle tactic.
He's got 2 tactics now, plus the points he's scoring. 18-point turn, yeah. Only putting him 1 point behind if math is correct.
If your math is in fact mathing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a
That's
swing.
a good turn, yeah. It makes up for the turn he had last where he couldn't get this. He couldn't start the Wrathful.
He's starting a little bit slow. I mean,
right.
round 3's late for that, but
it's not too late. It's not too late.
He's in a position where he still has, especially how with this being the bottom of the round.
Right.
Seeing how priority goes as well.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different outcomes here still. It's anybody's game.
Right. Yeah, the 10-point blue is going to really come into play here because we're getting down to the wire here, especially with the time running out on the round. So we're going to see who's got what left and who can reach that blue objective at the final round. Oh, it looks like they're tallying up the scores here. I believe he's got the green, he's got the red. That is 3-8 total plus the 10 points for the 2 tactics. Oh, looks like an equal roll. Whoever went first. They used that reroll. Went for a 1 instead.
Womp,
womp. Well, unfortunate. But if Ben were able to flip that, he could probably clear out what's left because he's completely out of combat. There's nothing really to stop him. And everything hits like a truck still. So,
Dillon.
But Dillon's going to have a chance here.
Really needed to do that. Even then, he's in a pretty compromising position. So, but as we saw, those lady battle wagons, they'll do some work. So
they do, absolutely. They're much like the rest of the army. They're just a glass cannon on wheels.
But they will slap the hell out of somebody.
All right, well, we'll see if Dillon can come in with the second part of scouting. He's kind of running out of pieces to score with scouting with. He does have the Kennerai plus the Shadow Stalkers still, but they might be in combat. I think he's got just enough to do it, actually. But there are a bunch of brutes and Gorgontas in front of him, so easier said than done. Ooh, wow. Going for the snake manifestation. Big snake.
Like the great outdoors. Big snake. Big snake's coming.
Going for a Mind Razor here. Guts gets it off. Uh-oh. This is a good turn to have Mind Razor. Going on the Slaughter Queen, I imagine. Prayer points, rolling a 4, it looks like. Going for Witch Brew. Looks like she gets it. Probably a Mighty Destroyer's move on Ben's side.
Because, yeah, Dillon decided to keep priority, or keep pace, right?
I think so.
Order.
He went first last round, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now would not be the time to give it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just let him have it.
I had my moment in the sun last year. Let someone else take over.
Oh, it looks like he's reversing it, going just all in on it. Oh. Just wants to have a presence. I can see the reasoning for both. I like the backup a little more because it made the Snake's charger hard, but he is just going to move forward with everything, so it would just be his objective if you can't slap him off it in the next turn.
I kind of like him moving forward just because you're daring him with Dillon with almost nothing really.
Right. Yeah, like
you've got two real pieces that can do damage. The Khaine are kind of there.
Right.
They do things that are great, but they're not going to clear anything.
They're essentially 5 control score for Dillon at this point.
So unless things go just right with both of the Angry Lady wagons, I mean, like...
Right. Yeah, the wagons and that Snake have a lot of heavy lifting to do. And then that's even if they all live through it.
Correct.
Through the brutes.
If they don't clear the unit, as we already saw, it only takes 3 to 4 brutes to remove one.
Right.
So it may end up being a dice situation.
Right. Looks like the Khaine are going to sit on that terrain feature.
Yeah. Oh, because he's got scouting.
He's trying to do scouting still, from what I understand. I thought he scored it 2 rounds ago, but I'll talk to him about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that's what he's trying to do still.
Very, very low scoring game.
Right.
Noxious Nexus usually is, but even for it, this is pretty low.
Absolutely. Yeah, usually at least at this point, round 4, you usually can see like who's got the upper hand. Yeah.
And I don't know that I can pick one specific.
No, it's really hard because they both have some good pieces left, can do a lot of damage to each other. It really might come down to if the Gorgrunters are still up at the end and if the Khaine are still up at the end.
Because, both of those types of units, so all 3 of them have that speed and utility that'll make them absolutely paramount at the end of the game.
Absolutely. And those Khaine Shadow Stalkers are still up with 2 models remaining. If they actually slip away, they're really hard to pin down again.
Yeah.
They could be secretly scoring the last parts of Scouting Force. Charges?
All right, he got in there.
Whoa, going for the big snake next. Can't see the dice roll. Seems pretty excited about it. Looks like about a 10 or a 9.
Will it fit?
It's hard to judge on the camera, but it might have a perfect pocket. Looks like he's going to try to do doing some quick pre-measures.
Oh, no.
Avatar down.
That's twice now.
Right. It's a common occurrence with these party wagons.
He's leaning in hard to live, laugh, toaster bath.
Right. Yeah, so I think his goal is to try to fit all 3 of these into combat. The Snake is on such a big circle, though.
I don't know that he can get them both, like all 3 in.
Yeah,
I think he's going to have to pick one or the other with the Snake and the
I'm
wagon.
shocked. I'm a little shocked he rolled the Snake charge next. I thought he was going to go for that easy 3-inch on the 1 cauldron and then open up the space for the Snake. But it seems he did in the reverse order. It seems he's choosing not to charge the Snake and just go in with the second cauldron. I think this is the lesser version. What is this? The Hagon cauldron, not the Queen.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is probably his best bet.
This is probably still good for him.
Because if he can clear that whole, Dillon can clear that whole unit of brutes there, he has a chance.
Right.
Now, if any of them are left, I don't know if he'll be able to withstand the next charge phase.
Of course, yeah, because he's got the Gruntas and the remaining 5 Brutes on the other side. It looks like he's got not only the 5 Brutes on the red objective, but he's got 2 of the Wrecker Crew still alive, plus the Anvil Smasher right behind him, which he's no chump in melee. He's pretty solid. So he could probably go toe-to-toe for at least one round of combat against the party wagon. This looks like the Slaughter Queen coming in on the Brutes. No wards there. Quite a bit of damage coming from that party wagon. As a reminder, she got 2 buffs off on herself. She got Mind Razor plus something else. I can't remember right now. Possibly a Witch Brew.
No big deal, just half of what was left.
Right.
I believe 4 out of the 8.
Yeah, that's pretty substantial.
It doesn't leave a lot of hope by the time the second one goes that there'll be many left.
Absolutely. You see where he puts or allocates these attacks with the Brutes. We can still do a lot of damage. You probably got the champion and then 1 guy left. Here come the Brute attacks. Into the Slaughter Queen. Looks like the attack's back from the other party wagon coming in. Oh, those are the Canine Shadow Stalkers hitting the Wrecker Crew. That was pretty cool, actually. The 2 Shadow Stalkers left killed a whole Brute, or one of the Wrecker Crew Brutes, rather. Just nickel and diming. Yep, there's the rest of the Shadow Stalkers gone. So they won't be in play for Scouting Force later on. And then the second party wagon is attacking the Brutes now. I think he's debating if he wants to split, because he's got 2 different units here. 1 unit with about 4 wounds or 5 wounds in the pool. The second Brute unit, or the Wrecker Crew, has probably 3 wounds still in the pool.
Looks like he's got 1. The dice is at 1. I don't know if
is it at 1?
or down.
Yeah, that's
So
it's hard to say.
1 or 3.
1 or 3, yeah.
You pick, chat. You pick, viewers at home. Either way, I don't think it would take a lot for him to do it, as previously witnessed.
Right.
Ten minutes.
Yeah, they're going in the bottom of the floor. They're going in the bottom here shortly.
And they were moving extremely quickly.
This was a super quick game from what I understand, yeah. I mean, the first 2 rounds I missed so much. We were kind of off for the score for a second, and I was speeding through trying to catch up to them, and I misread Noxious Nexus a little bit. So luckily we're up to speed. We got about 10 minutes or so on the timer, so I'm sure they're going to finish out this round and then talk out what's going to happen next.
I was going to say, just a lot like round one. We're at a point now where there's going to be so few people or models on the table. If they can't talk out one round,
Right.
then I don't know how they got here.
Right.
There's still a lot of dice being tossed right now.
Right.
Around the room.
Yeah, looks like Dillon's wrapping up his turn. He's scoring 7 points, just the 2 objectives, no extra tactics scored here. And he's getting a Khaine back as per his battle formation. He gets the free one back at the end of every turn for specific units.
Snake's gone.
Oh, is that a clean banish on the snake?
I believe so.
Wow. Now we're
Bottom.
moving into the bottom of 4.
So Dillon would have scored.
Dillon goes
5?
up to 7 here because he scores
got
the
7. Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's see.
Oh yeah, because does he hold that one?
He would
Yeah,
score.
yeah.
I remember
7.
him. He said 7,
Yeah,
5,
'cause it's 5 and 2.
Yeah, that's right.
7.
Not 8. Yep.
My bad. 29.
Really coming down to the wire here.
2 really close games off the rip. Super
Right.
competitive.
Ben just going through the motions, getting his Warclans buffs out. They have quite the hero phase.
I think that was really smart. On Dillon's part, running away the witch wagon back there.
Oh yeah, he used the trait, the shadow
Yeah.
something, the shadow dash.
Yeah. Getting out of
Huge.
there
That is such a good trait.
because those grunters would
Oh
have
my god, yeah.
absolutely just destroyed one of those
Yeah.
bad boys.
It goes from losing both wagons at once to maybe only losing
Maybe
one
only
wagon.
losing one, yeah.
Right.
I mean, the grunters can still get up there, but it takes significantly more effort, and
Right.
it drags slow units away from
Right.
points that he can try to sneak away.
Of course, yeah, he really wants to be sitting on that center, and they need to be in position to pounce on that blue objective, like
Yeah.
he's doing so right now, of course.
Yeah. Because once he starts to move, gets those grunters away from the middle, Dillon's still got several ways to get over there and snatch it. from him.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm thinking the best thing for Ben to do is to park 1 or 2 of his heroes and or manifestations, just blocking off that green objective, just trying to stop any way for Khaine or something to land on that center one and snag it from him. Looks like
I do not
it's.
think you're wrong at all.
But I think with these Khaine, these ranged Khaine are about to sneak away from us. I'm not sure exactly how their ranged attack move away ability works, but I'm not sure if he declares the covering fire, they get to do a dash immediately afterwards. So that could be pretty huge. Oh, just going for a straight redeploy, it looks like. Big 6 inches. Also a really good play. Now that charge for the Gorgonjas is huge.
Yeah. Possibly, not even eligible. 'Cause
Right.
It's outside of 12.
Could be even, yeah, absolutely.
And in that case, not only is Ben not going to be able to take away another unit that could be moving around trying to do something, but now he isn't close enough to even charge onto that point and get the extra 2 points.
Right. He would have been better off running just to touch the blue, even.
Yep. Huge redeploy.
That's what I love to see with these utility pieces. You can really just pull your opponent if they're falling. If they don't know the trick, I guess, it really gets them. But there's so many different instances where you can just pull things, and it really hinges on that 6-inch redeploy, ultimately.
Well, I mean, if you can take and make the most, like Dillon has, out of your movement and spacing, and you make the most out of things that don't require dice. You give yourself a pretty good opportunity to at least be in the right position if you do get the dice. So, really, really smart play by him whole game.
Nice. Look at all these chargers coming in. Brutes going as far as they want, rolling that 11. Coming in with the next unit. Probably the Anvil Smasher hero coming in. It's time to come in. He's held that treasure long enough.
We're probably, 2-3 minutes away from dice
Yeah,
now?
probably less than 5, right?
Yeah. Seemed like it. But like we saw in their first game, odds are dice down. Doesn't mean they won't be able to talk through that last fifth round.
Yeah, especially in this mission, it's such an easy stand on the points and I'm done kind of mission.
At this rate, we're talking about Dillon potentially having only 2 units on the board, Ben only having 3. You know, shouldn't take anybody too awful much thought to have a decent idea.
Right.
You have to be a rocket surgeon.
Here come these are the brutes into the party wagon. Coming in with their big attacks. See how much damage we got in the pool here. Those 5-up wards coming in crazy there.
That was a lot of 5s. A lot of 5s.
That was insane. That was like 12 ward saves, and he only failed 4 out of 12, I think.
And it was not an even mix of 5s and 6s.
No.
He's cutting it close.
Yeah.
Tons of 5s.
Five? Do you start at 5? Oh, what you mean? 5 minutes left.
No, he's asking if they start. No.
I think they're about to finish 4, but they have 2 minutes. Did you know?
If you call dice down, they'll probably just talk through the last round. There's almost nothing on the board really.
My best to not let them talk it up because they hurt feelings normally, but this is a little bit different. They're
Okay.
If they weren't on this table,
Super close. You're good.
I don't know why Don thinks he needs to micromanage us.
He's used to micromanaging the whole event, so he feels if he's not. What's this? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's sweet. We were just gifted stickers, and they're actually pretty impressive. I will find a place for that.
Yeah, we'll try to showcase this in the future. I'll put it in the dice tray for you.
They look like a vinyl one, actually.
Yeah, they feel thick, yeah. Looks like they're about to finish up the round here. We've got literally 1 minute on the clock.
$30 to talk out round 5, I'd guess.
I would imagine so.
Because this is really all that needs to be rolled for. If
there even needs to be rolls made,
well,
yeah.
Right? I mean, you finish 4. As soon as they roll for priority, there's no way you couldn't talk it out because you're going to know almost immediately how the game's going to end.
Right. So it looks like Ben's in a position to score the red and the green objective because he still controlled the green even though he touched and went. Or at least he had it for a previous round already. So he's set to score at least 8 based on objectives, and the second part of Master the Paths potentially. Let's take a read here.
If he only scores 8 points, we would have a tie.
Right. That's what I'm looking here.
And that sounds awful.
He might be getting that Daring Resurgence here. You play the battle tech at the end of turn. If you are the underdog, there is at least one enemy unit on the battlefield, and at least half of your units have fought this turn.
No,
that's the key. He didn't get if the Gorgon chose.
It is at least half.
Because he's got 3.
3 over there, 2 over here that didn't fight. So
right.
he'll get that. That would give Ben the win.
Oh, I mean, no, he's got 1 in the tower, so he's got 4 out of combat, but 3 in combat. So he's just 1 shy of that.
Well, no, he's got those are models. The Gorgoners are. Oh no, the War Chant.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
the Chancer. Yeah.
So yeah, he wouldn't get it then. Right.
It's close. It's that Gorgontas didn't get to fight is what was hinging on that.
Yep, that would have got it.
But Seize the Paths is kind of, if he is more friendly and neutral than enemy, but it's 1-to-1 in neutral zones, so. Yeah, because it's Gorgunters in neutral. Oh, that boss might be in neutral zone. That foot hero boss.
He is in a neutral zone.
Right, he's got 2-to-1 on that neutral zone then for Master of the Path. So by my account, Ben would have scored 8 points, 13 points last turn. Putting him 15? Up to in the bottom of 4, he would score 13 points, putting him up to 33 points.
I believe that's right. You said 13?
13, yeah, 34,
so 34
points. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're right. That's what it looks like. So.
And now they're moving at the speed of lightning, finishing this final round, trying to resolve that 10-point swing here. Dillon's doing all kinds of shenanigans, getting his snake out.
Did they not do the fight over there with the wagon and everything? I didn't see the bottom of the round fight on that. Are they just make an assumption and just move on?
I think they might have made assumptions because I'm not sure it's relevant to roll. Looks like everybody agreed. We're giving this game 5 additional minutes because of all the late starts we had, and not to mention we had to set up them on this table in particular, which takes probably at least 5 minutes of their time anyways.
I think an extra 5 minutes for whoever's on the streaming table is...
It's probably okay.
Yeah. Probably a fair request.
Right, absolutely.
It is a lot different. Dillon almost tackled the camera stand about 5-6 times.
That was crazy. I thought he was going to take it down that second time.
He's not used to it because
of course
all the camera stands in Texas are bigger.
They're huge,
like everything else.
Right?
They're like pillars.
Of course.
They don't shake. They don't move.
Yeah. Looks like Dillon's positioning the range Khaine outside of 3, but on that objective. I believe this is the top of 5. This is the charge phase now, I assume. Oh, I see. This was hero phase, now into shooting phase. Movement, then shooting. Like he's shooting into the Gorguntras. Probably just trying to dwindle them out. Oh, man.
That will not do it. It got better.
Yeah, those rerolls helped. Going straight to charges. It's really just the Khaine and that big snake in the center.
Yeah. I guess now you got the other Khaine in.
Yeah, he's trying to get that Bloodwrack Shrine unstuck, but he's only rolled an 8. He needs to roll something huge to land on the other side of that Endless Spell.
Yep.
Really just trying to get it. Seeing if he wants to spend the CP to reroll.
At this point, I don't I don't know what you're saving for, you know.
Right. Yeah, I would just spend it and just check later if it matters. But, yeah. If the 8 worked, it looks like the 8 was exactly the number he needed. This is pretty clutch because he is able to make the charge on the other side of that foot of Gork and then take that as center objective.
Now his snake's in there on the foot of Gork. He's just clearing.
Right.
Just chopping wood.
Looks like he's going for
Reroll.
another big charge on the Khaine. Had to re-roll it. Only rolled a 3 that first time. Nice.
I believe that one was a 10.
That's a 10-inch charge. They can do whatever they need to.
Oh, yeah.
We're approaching that 2-minute time left.
Honestly, I wonder if he would have been able to get around back to the hero, if it would have even mattered.
All right, sorry to reiterate, 2 minutes left for Dillon's turn, and then we're going to have 5 minutes left on Ben's turn. Each player is granted 5 minutes for their own turn here.
And they've got a player or they got a teammate for each one of the players here that is actually keeping track of the 5 minutes.
Right, yeah, we've got official timer going here.
And I'm judging by body language alone of both teams that whichever team wins this round will be dictated by this particular game.
Right.
Because everybody looks a little stressed.
That's
about
very
it.
stressful, yeah. It looks like, yeah.
And these are two really good teams with a lot of really solid, clean players.
Like we're just doing this combat really fast with the Khaine. It looks like the Gorgruntas have killed 4, while the Khaine didn't really do much through the thick armor save of the Gorgruntas.
I wonder if Dillon is going to regret this, because now the Gorgrunters. Well, yeah, they could technically pile it in such a way that he can probably. He piles in this turn, right? His next turn, he piles in again.
And he'll have the 10-point swing.
He'll have the 10 points.
Right.
I don't know if that was.
I'm not sure what the game plan is.
Maybe he was hoping more of them would survive. I don't know. So he had 5.
He's going 5 for objectives, and then he's getting this. He's getting another one. He's getting this one of the parts of scouting. He might be on either the final part of. No, he might be on the final part of scouting. If I missed one, but he's picking up 5 points from a tactic and 5 points from his objectives, is what I understand.
That would put him up by 5. And I think
you hit the reset.
Oh, did I really? It doesn't matter.
That's fine. We'll get a total at the end here.
He didn't save it anyway, so it should be fine. I hate that there's a clear, but there's not a restore.
Yeah, there's no undo. Yeah, that's crazy.
It seems like low-hanging fruit. That's fine. All right. So since I messed up the screen, Dillon is sitting at 39. Ben's at 34. Needs 5 points on this.
Ben's about to take his turn.
He's already got 5.
Right.
Guaranteed just from that first one. So it's going to come down to whoever's holding the blue, and I don't see a world.
I think Ben's got this one because he's got the boss on it already. Plus, he auto six the boss, and then he's just got the Gorgruntas just to exist.
Yeah.
And then he's already sitting on that red objective for 5 points. So I'm going to go confirm with the players which tactics they completed and how many points they scored total.
Yeah. So what's the
Looks
word?
like they're rolling out that final combat between the Gorgunches and the Kennerai. The Gorgunches looks like they piled in fully. He's relying on their attacks just to clear out the 4 wounds left on them. Should be pretty easy.
Yeah, there it is.
Just like that, he's got the blue objective for the big swing.
Yep.
Scoring the red and blue for 7, plus the 10-point swing just there alone. He'll also get whatever tactics he scored at the end, which I'm going to confirm now. We're going to attempt to get an interview, but I think we might be hard pressed for time in between rounds.
Yeah, we're
here.
probably not going to have time.
Right.
All right. So Iron Jaws takes it. We're getting an official score, but I believe it was 17 points. Was it 17 points that he scored?
39 for him, 56 for.
Okay, 56. All right, so we got.
Scoring 15 points here, or no? I think we're.
Was
Oh
it?
yeah, he's 56, so he's scoring 15 points. Yeah. He'd have to score 20.
12.
Might have
Yeah.
missed. He'd have to score 25.
17 points would give it 56, wouldn't it?
That'd be
52.
51.
That'd be 52. Or yeah, 51. Oh, math's hard. It's been a long